All right. Hey, everyone. Matt Morris at mattmorris.com. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to talk about success and leadership today. Doing this from the house. I was actually going to do it from the car a little bit earlier, got tied up on the phones, and just now having a chance to spend a little time with you guys has been a crazy day already. And I'm glad we're doing it from the office because I can be a little more, detailed here. I typically go a little longer when I'm here in the house. So listen, as you guys hop on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Put your city, state, country in the comments below. And if you're watching this live, drop me a live in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, drop me a replay in the comments. And listen, if you're watching me for the first time, put a 1 in the comments below. If you like this, hit that like button. If you love it, you can hit the heart, hit the love button. And if you really love it, you can hit the share button and give some value to some other people. If you do share it, let me know in the comments below that you shared it. And I'm always getting people saying, hey, I said hi to you. And typically I'm not reading the comments as I'm communicating with you guys. Every once in a while I look over here and kind of see who's going on. So who's coming on? So it looks like who we got on? Steven, what is going on? Liliana, Margaret, hey, Howie in Taiwan, what's going on? Hey, Steve, Ricardo, and it loses the comments. I got to start scrolling here. So good to see you guys. So let's talk about leadership. Leadership effectiveness and your ability to succeed in life. Really 3 components that determine that. And let's talk about those 3. And this is one of those you may want to go back and kind of take notes on because I'm going to give you guys some good stuff. And this is, listen, this is after 24 years as an entrepreneur, building sales teams, building organizations, working with well over 1 million customers, helping a lot of people become millionaires, and being fortunate enough to, become a multi-millionaire myself. And I'll tell you, definitely not any inborn skill or ability that I was born with. I don't know of anything that I can look to that says, wow, he's naturally talented because of this. I really don't. Maybe that's a lack of confidence in myself, but I don't really see anything about me that says, wow, there's an amazing talent. A lot of people have this maybe special talent. Maybe it's like a gift of gab, or you really care about people, or you're intuitive, whatever it may be. People have those gifts and those talents, and I never really feel like I had one. And the one that if I was able to say one, I would say it's to be amazingly determined. I am certainly very determined, and I don't know if you'd say that about me as a kid growing up. I wasn't, determined to be the best athlete. I wasn't determined to make the best grades. But when I became an entrepreneur and I got immersed in the world of personal development, I got very determined to succeed in business. And that's the one thing that I feel like has kind of carried me through. And so what I'm going to talk about, the 3 different components, these are what I've had to develop over a lot of years of failure, essentially. We fail our way forward, lots of trial and error, lots of mistakes. And thankfully, early on in my entrepreneurial career, I heard the founder of IBM, and one of his quotes is, if you want to greatly increase your success in life, double your rate of failure. And so I equated failure to success. And I think it's something that a lot of people, they don't make that connection, where the only way to succeed massively is actually to fail. I don't know any entrepreneur who has not failed. So what are the 3 components? First component in your ability to succeed and your ability to be a great leader is your internal mastery. It's your inner game. And I believe of the 3, this is the most powerful. If you don't master your mind, you can't master anything in the outer world. Your outer world is always a reflection of your inner world. And so if you don't master this, you can't master that. And it's essentially self-leadership. You cannot lead other people effectively unless you can actually lead yourself. If you can't lead yourself, you can't effectively lead other people. You're always going to be incongruent, okay? You're not going to show up powerfully, and people are going to sense that. And so you got to get this internal game figured out. So what do I mean when I say internal mastery? Well, Self-confidence would be one. How confident are you in your ability to go out and create results? What is your level of ambition? What is your level of motivation? What is your level of discipline? What's your level of willpower? What's your level of, you might put integrity in this, wholeness, what's your level of courage? What's your level of internally being able to break through your fears? Okay. That's essentially the inner game. What's your level of being able to deal with disappointments? I heard years ago, you've got to discipline your disappointments. Something as entrepreneurs, we've got to get really good at. That knocks people out of the game. They can't discipline their disappointments. They get so mad. They get so frustrated. They get into the blame game. And because they get that, they don't have the internal side mastered. They give up because it messes with their mind. And see, on your journey to success, you're going to have, listen to me, a lot of things that mess with your mind. They F with your head in a big way. And if you don't learn to master your emotions, control your emotional states, then you get derailed and it's just too hard. See, business is not too hard on the outside. Business is too hard on the inside. The reason why most people don't succeed, it has nothing to do with skills. I'm telling you right now, your ability to succeed in any kind of business, whether it's network marketing or internet marketing or you name it, whatever it is, your ability to succeed has nothing to do with your lack of skills, and it has everything to do with the lack of your ability to have the proper emotional states. And when I say proper emotional states, you may say, yeah, but I'm a terrible communicator. You can become a great communicator. I was a very bad communicator. How did I become a good communicator? I had enough willpower. I had enough courage. I had enough determination. I had enough work ethic to go do it, fail over and over and over, not beat myself up to the degree, well, I did beat myself up, but not so much that I went and quit like most people do. So again, your success, very little to do with your skills. Most people who succeed massively, they weren't a master of the external skills. There are certain people who have a natural ability to connect with others. They're a natural salesperson. They're a natural speaker. They're naturally charismatic. That's not the majority. You may see those, and typically 99, 95, 99% of the time, the people who you look at and you think, wow, they're so charismatic, they weren't so charismatic when they got in business. It's something that they developed over time, okay? So it's internal mastery. Now, how do you master your internal game, your inner game? Well, it's through personal development. It's number one, through taking action. You got to go out and take action. You got to develop that willpower. And it's like, I may suck in a lot of areas, but no one's going to outwork me. I'm going to go out and produce results. Well, how else do you do it? Well, obviously through education. You've got to go do out the work, but also through educating yourself. And so, look at my office here. I got books, on both sides. I got a bookshelf here. You go in my living room where, most people have china in a cabinet. I've got books in the cabinet. Another bookshelf in the living room, another standing bookshelf. I got books everywhere, right? Why? Because we are who we are based on the books that we've read and the audios that we've listened to. It's another truth about success that I heard early on. And when I heard that, I was the kind of person who, if I saw someone who was a multi-millionaire, who was a mentor, who had led a lot of other people, and they gave me some advice, I took that advice and I just remembered those nuggets. And one of the nuggets that I remembered was Charlie Tremendous Jones saying, you are a sum of who you are, or is a sum of the books you've listened to, the audios, books that you've read, audios that you've listened to, and obviously it's the people that you hang around. You are who you hang around with. And so you hang around with 9 broke friends, guess what? Yet you're the 10th. Okay, you take your bank account and average you take your 5 best friends, average their bank account, that's about what your bank account will be, almost every case. So we're a sum of, we become our environment. And so I've created an environment for my life of personal development. And so I'm reading books like As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. And there's just book after book after book. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Those are just a handful of my favorites. The Unemployed Millionaire by Matt Morris. Okay, so lots of great books out there. So make it a focus. I'm telling you, the number one most important of the three is your inner game. It's your internal mastery. What's skill number two? It's your external mastery, okay? Your external mastery is your ability to execute on the things that you need to execute on. And it's, if you're in network marketing, it's your ability to invite someone to see a sales presentation. It's your ability to close. It's your ability to follow up. It's your ability to get someone started. If you're in internet marketing, it's your ability to write copy. It's your ability to understand persuasion, to know the psychological triggers that cause people to actually take action. And so how do I know the psychological triggers that cause people to take action? I've read a ton of books. I mean, I've got a whole shelf on persuasion, hypnotic selling skills, copywriting, you name it. I mean, I've gone through all this stuff over the years. And so there's going to be certain external skills. These are the tactics that you've got to master. Now, I've said it over and over, if how-tos were enough, if tactics were enough, we'd all be rich, skinny, and happy. I got that from the late Brian Clemmer, an amazing, amazing speaker. His legacy is continuing to carry on. But that's how you master it, is you go out and you get the knowledge. It's not that hard to get the knowledge. It's there. It's in the books. You just have to go out and do the work. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you want to be hugely successful in any field, whatever the field is, you need to be an expert in that field. An expert in the field, it means that you're in the top 1% knowledge level compared to everyone else in the world, the top 1% knowledge level. And you might think, wow, it's difficult to get in the top 1% knowledge level. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. And the good news is it's not hard at all to get in the top 1%. It's easy. It's easy to get in the top 1% knowledge level. Here's why. What you can do is if you go read 5 books on one subject, you're in the top 1% knowledge level compared to everyone else in your particular field. Why? Because most people, 99% of the people in your field are too lazy to go read 5 books on one subject. So it's easy for you to do it. But here's the reality. Most of you listening to me are too lazy to do it. For those of you that are not too lazy to do it, get excited, because we're going to profit on everyone else's laziness. We're going to profit on everyone else's laziness, okay? Because we're going to go do it. We're going to go read 5 books or do what I've done. In many cases, I've probably read 30 books on persuasion, 30 books on selling. In network marketing, that's my wheelhouse. You know, that's what I decided when I was 23, 24 years old. I decided that network marketing was going to be my career. I was making no money. I had failed in network marketing, but I decided it was going to be my career. And so I realized, if that's going to be my career, that's going to eventually earn me millions of dollars, give me an incredible lifestyle, I need to be in the top 1%. In fact, I want to be in the top 1% of 1% of 1%. So I didn't read 5 books. I've read about 70 books on network marketing. When a new book on network marketing comes out, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to read it. Why? Because that's my career, and I want to be in the top 1% of 1% of 1%. Everyone else, listen to me, everyone else is too lazy to do it. So people look at me and they go, oh, Matt, you're so knowledgeable. You know so much on network marketing. You know more than anyone I've ever seen. You know why? Because there's only 1% of 1% or 1% of us that have read 50, 60, 70, 80 books on network marketing. It's not hard. You just got to be willing to do the work. So that's how you master the skill. So when I got into network marketing, I was a lousy communicator. Terrible. So what did I do? I went and read 5 books on being a better communicator. Books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Skill with People, How to Have Confidence in Dealing with People. I devoured that content because I wanted to be masterful in communicating with other people, because I felt like that was a major weak point in my life. So I did that. Was I good overnight? No, I had to go out and work. I had to use the content that I learned. So it's really the combination of you taking the knowledge in and then going out and using the knowledge. When you combine that, you become incredibly powerful. So I'm telling you, whatever you're struggling in, if you're struggling in closing sales, go read 5 books on closing sales or on sales, on sales, and you're going to learn how to be a better closer. Okay, you're going to learn things that most people will never know because they're not willing to go do the work. And that, what does that do? That actually helps your inner game because that gives you confidence. Here's how I developed a ton of confidence before I had a ton of results. When I was 24 years old, because I had decided about a year previous that network marketing was going to be, my wheelhouse. I was going to go pro. Even before that, I had read a ton of books on leadership. I'm devouring network marketing books, leadership books, communication skill books, sales books. I'm spending a ton of time building myself. And so what happened was, when I sat down with someone to give a presentation on, say, network marketing, I knew that I had read more books on leadership than them. I had read more books on communication skills than them. I had a higher level of knowledge in so many different areas compared to the people that I was showing it to. So even though I was only 24 years old, if I'm talking to someone who's 50 years old, my mindset is more developed than theirs was. That gave me a ton of confidence. It actually helped my inner game. So these work together. Your inner game helps your outer game. Your outer game helps your inner game. They work together. So that's skill number 1 is internal mastery. Skill number 2 is your external mastery. And skill number 3, this is really your relationships and your influence. Okay, this is really your ability to move people. This is solidifying friendships, and I don't care what type of business you're in. Typically, it's a relationship business. And some of you may go, oh, no, I'm in internet marketing. I sell products online. Well, your ability to sell products online over and over and over to the same people is based on your ability to build a relationship with that person. Now, it may not be a personal relationship, but nonetheless, it's a relationship. Okay? It's your ability to put other people first. It's your ability to care about other people, to be empathetic about other people, to encourage people, to recognize people, and realize this. People will do way more for recognition than they will for the money. It's counterintuitive to what we naturally think is true. Okay, another one is your ability to simply believe in other people. I learned this from my mentor, where I saw that he believed in me way more than I believed in myself. He was always telling me how good I was, how great I was. And I noticed he was doing that to other people as well, building their belief, where most people, if you look at someone who maybe was very young and hadn't had a lot of experience, had never had success in life, they might, sell them short. They might not have a lot of belief in them. But if you can go to someone and believe more in them than they believe in themselves, what does that do? That raises their level of belief. Actions follow belief. Feelings follow belief. So because you're believing in them, they believe more in themselves. That creates some confidence. It creates some motivation. They're more likely to go take action. And so that's the third skill, is your relationships and your influence. It's your ability to move other people, okay? To cause other people to do things that are in their best interest, not your best interest, okay? It's not managing people, it's leading people. And so that in the last year, I have realized the importance of this more than ever before. Well, last year was kind of a roller coaster year. Had some challenges at the beginning of the year, overcame the challenges. End of the year, best 2 months of my life, biggest month ever financially in November. December, best month ever financially for me. January will probably be about the same. And so, it's all about leadership. It's all leadership. It's all influence. It's all relationships. And so those are the 3. If you're taking some notes, write those down and focus on those areas. If you were going to grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on your internal mastery? Where are you on your external mastery, your skills? Where are you with your ability to move other people, your relationships and your influence? How connected are you with people? And, develop that score and work on work on what you need to work on. Now, I also believe that you should focus on your strengths. So I will tell you, my strengths are not always in the external skills. I'm crazy confident, and I just believe that people naturally want to buy whatever I'm selling. And so I may not focus on as much tactical information as other people. I'm going to focus on more on my relationships with someone and my ability to say the specific thing that might cause them to join. So focus on your strengths, but you cannot ignore your weaknesses as well. If you've got terrible thinking, you need to change that, because it is going to manifest itself. It always manifests itself. If you've got negative thoughts coming in consistently, it's impossible for those negative thoughts to produce positive results in life. So you want to change the negative thinking, make it positive, because you're way more likely to create positive results. So listen, I hope this added some value to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the loves. If you feel like this can add some value to some others, you can hit that share button. And if you have anyone in particular that you think might get some value, you can always tag them directly in the comments. You can always hop over to mattmorris.com, put your name and email address in. You'll get my free videos delivered to your inbox. And you can also access all of my social media channels, including my YouTube channel, where I've got over 300 free videos that will add some value to your life. So hop on there and you can definitely do some additional learning. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Go make life an adventure.